As an artist, I think one of the things that I try to do is communicate. And I learned over the years that people communicate very differently. This piece is about communication, really, and having a place to kind of start a conversation. My name is Havana Fisher, and I am an alumni of Parsons School of Design. I got a BFA in fashion design, and then I also went to Eugene Lane College. I got a BA with a concentration in dance. I am the artistic director of the Cotton Series, and the Cotton Series is a multimedia project that is really an investigation about Black womanhood and the experiences that Black women have in America.
We thought Havana's dance, the Cotton Series, was perfect for an observance at the New School, partly because she's a graduate of the New School and developed the work here, and partly because her sensitivity to capturing the complexity of the themes of Black life in America across this arc of 400 years was so nuanced and so powerful. It spoke to a wide range of audiences.
Cotton is a really important part of anchoring the piece because it references a point in history that America has in terms of relationships with Black bodies. I use it to kind of relate and to kind of bring that history to the forefront as we are performing. I perform with Black women, and the piece itself, the Cotton Series as a whole, is an investigation into Blackness and Black womanhood, and what that means for us, but then also what our experiences are in terms of just interacting with our humanity while living in this nation. It's made up right now of 3 different dance pieces, and each dance piece kind of explores a different topic. So the first one is 6 Blank Bodies. That was kind of exploring this idea of sisterhood, of our unspoken sisterhood between Black women, but then also how it supports us in this world. Because the piece is rooted in sisterhood, I also want it to be real, right? As an artist, I'm trying to explore this duality between performance and reality. A lot of times when people perform, that's it. Like, you perform, but you know, this is something that lives on, right? This is not just me making commentary about life, this is actual life. So the women that I perform with are women that have actually supported me in real life. These are the women that I have had to lean on in times of need, and they've been there. As we keep adding people, this is just basically like our sisterhood and our network just kind of falling into this one big collaborative artistic project. And then the next piece is called Birth of a Workforce. And Birth of a Workforce is a piece that is geared towards understanding this idea of Black women being America's labor force. We go through different points in terms of labor in America and labor that Black women have had to do, whether it is physical labor, emotional labor, or labor through activism.
It was very moving for me to watch these young women doing this performance. Partly, they're just so young and beautiful. For example, when they were talking about the series about birth, they're not people who've given birth yet, but they were trying to think about it, something that would happen. Also, when they show people dressing in blackface and they throw cotton at them.
I look like the beautiful Queen Latifah. In Latifah. In Latifah. In Latifah. In Latifah.
Just the outrage was so touching and vivid. So I was, as somebody who's a great-grandmother, I was just very touched and moved that these young women were, you might say, picking up the banner, carrying on the work of the fight for equality.
It was definitely at my hand to be able to experiment. I think in terms of me trying to capture humanity and how it exists, I think the best way to do that is through exploring different areas. And so for me, it was like, I can't just do dance because that's not how human beings exist. There are some people who do not like to move. There are some people who would rather sit and watch, and that's how they take in information. And so I wanted to be multifaceted in our ability to be able to communicate and talk with people, building this experience where we are together in this. The last piece that gets performed that's a part of the Cotton series is If We Ain't Laughing With You. That is basically a piece around Black joy and how Black women kind of enjoy themselves, and then how it gets commodified and redistributed in ways that don't necessarily represent us.
Tu dis je t'aime, toi coco, toi coco. Tu dis je t'aime, toi coco, toi coco. T'es coco, coco, t'es, t'es, t'es. Eh on, t'es coco, coco, t'es, t'es, t'es. T'es coco, coco, t'es, t'es, t'es. Eh on, t'es coco, coco, t'es, t'es.
humanity is not just this linear thing where it's just like you're only gonna struggle, right? I think that I've definitely had my share as a Black woman of pain and struggle, but I've also had so much joy, and I think that it was definitely supplied to me by my community. Black joy is definitely something that has been a solution. Like when I think about my family or when I think about history, there's always been these moments, several moments and several pockets of when we have leaned on joy, and it has been a part of our survival. Like I don't think that you can survive in this world, no matter who you are, without those pockets of joy.
Havana's performance was exactly what we hoped for, to enrich this conversation about race, which is so stuck in the United States, and to say there's so many ways to talk about it, so many groups that have something to say, and can we all add our little piece so that it becomes rich and complex and helps us see the world in a new way.